Hey guys, some things have changed in the last, I don't know, week or so, I guess you could say. I have kind of been off to the side, dealing with my non-happiness with my planner situation. I'm trying to look into my weeks here to see, when the last time I wrote something down, and it was my last plan with me that I recently did. I talked about my stress when it came to pens in the Hobonichi weeks, which if you are new here, first off, thanks for joining me. But if not, then you definitely know the struggle that I've had with pens and the Hobonichi weeks. I absolutely adore this notebook, this planner. And I don't foresee it leaving my planner lineup. But I'm a gel pen user, and I went to using these pens that I have found at Target, and you can also find them on Amazon. I do have them linked, and I apologize ahead of time. I woke up with a severe head cold this morning, and I am feeling like absolute dirt. But I'm off work, and this has been set up for several days now, and I just haven't had the chance to share any of it with you. So head cold is what you get. Okay, trying to gather my thoughts back. The thing with the weeks is that I struggle with pens. I used that pen, but I'm not really like a felt tip fan. That one worked better for me than most, and I tried to force myself to use the Uniball Jetstream, which it's okay in 0.7. I can't do the 0.5 that you get automatically with a Hobonichi pen, but it was okay. But I wasn't feeling the groove with my handwriting. It wasn't looking like I wanted to. I didn't feel like I had the right amount of control over the ink that I wanted to have. And I know that a lot of people don't care about that, but when I see my handwriting, the result of my handwriting, I want it to look like what my handwriting looks like. And I was finding that I just wasn't happy with it most of the time. And in my last video, somebody had wisely commented, if the pen that I was using before wasn't a problem, why not just go back to it? And that was a very good point. But the point of me changing it up and buying a bunch of different kinds of pens again was that I really, at my core, prefer to use gel pens. And I just wasn't finding a happy place with that. And so I bought the, I bought the Wonderland, and I put it in a cover. I did an unboxing, which I never filmed. And I don't know, I was just this paper is also Tomoe River paper, but it has a different, bite to it. It feels a little less slippery, than the weeks, but I wasn't really feeling this vertical layout. The columns are smaller, much smaller than, or maybe 2 grids smaller than a cousin. And I don't know, I was just okay, it's a lovely planner, but I don't know that it's going to work for me. And then I started down the whole spiral again, of things I know I won't like, the things I know that won't work. I even brought back out my little Moleskine planner, because this one was an 18-month, and so I pulled it back out and I started writing in it, and I think I actually wrote in it in the Uniball Jetstream, and it was better. And this one is, oh gosh, this is the Sarasa Speedy, which I love this ink a lot. And I was like, I really like this, but the monthly is just a little too scrunched for me, and it's really difficult for me to write that small. And I was like, I don't think I want a bigger one of these, because all of the monthly layouts are the same for that. It's all one page. And then I was like, okay, all right. I like sat down at work one day on my lunch and like wrote myself this like raggedy old note on a piece of notebook paper that I use when I'm like writing down people's license plate when they steal and stuff. And I was like, okay, my recent video about this whole situation was that I don't look back through Ring papers and feel like that warm, fuzzy feeling that you get when you're going through a bound notebook. And so I've tried this a few times, and I'm really hoping that it's going to work this time. Because the problem with rings isn't that they're not useful, functional. They feel like right to my brain. The problem is that I don't like to look back on them in the same like nostalgic way as I do a bound book. But at the same time, I'm so afraid of messing up, which I realize fully that that's like a me problem. This is something that I deal with, and that not everybody has that problem. But for me, I spend so much time worrying about the pen and why the pen that I want to use isn't working in this paper, and trying to find a workaround, or feeling like it's too wet, too inky, too dark, too slick. It just, I haven't been able to find a place where carrying this around and just like jotting something down is like perfection for me. And as a result of the whole pen situation, I find myself not using it, not writing it, reaching for Post-it notes. And there's not really anything wrong with that, but I feel like, why am I not just then carrying around a stack of Post-it notes? So it feels like I'm reserving myself. I keep myself from writing things in the back, unless it's the journaling pages, because those are my thoughts, obviously, but like just running to write down a list of this or a list of that, or notes that I'm taking, watching a video, or any number of things. I feel like I hold it in when I'm with the weeks, and I brain dump when I'm in rings. And one of the reasons for that is that I know that I can just go and tear out the pages. I even, put the little, I slit them with my scissors. And so I know that that's not permanent. And it might sound really silly to some people, but that feeling of not being permanent to me makes me feel more free. So it seems kind of silly to choose a different planning system because of pens, but that's where I'm finding myself right now. I don't want to write less. I want to write random notes. And the beauty of rings is that even though I haven't used A6 rings since, I don't know, May, June, something like that, I could be wrong. But when I went back to my inserts, there were still things that were applicable to my life, and that instead of redoing it, I was able to just throw back into my planner, into whatever section that I felt like it needed to be in. And so I do like having that kind of freedom to say, okay, well, this is outdated, this isn't useful anymore, this isn't needed in my life, but these 4, 5, 6 pages are coming with me every single year. So that is something that I can get in rings that is definitely not as easy to do in the weeks or any other bound. You can use like another notebook and use that as like a reference, but I just don't like those. So with all of that being said, I turned back to rings. And when I had all of my rings, I forced myself to choose a size because, like I've said a million times on here, when I leave a size of notebook as like my everyday carry specifically, or I feel like I've gone so many months without using it and I don't think I'm going to use it anymore, I sell those to then fund other purchases. So that's what I did. And so when I left A6 rings, I was like, okay, so if I ever come back to rings, I kind of thought it all through. I was like, I like the way the hands feel in a personal size better. I used personal size for years, that'll work. And so I sold my 3 A6 ring planners. And then when I went to go set up my personal size rings, when I was like, okay, we're doing rings, that's it. It just wasn't making me happy, and I was missing the square pages of the A6. So thankfully, you can sometimes get Moterm planners on Amazon. And so I was very hesitant about this one in particular because I usually like smaller rings, and this is the Luxe series. It's not the newest one that has like the little piece of leather covering up the zipper. And they've also moved the pen loop down a smidge, but this is the one right before that. So this is the A6 Moterm in the color taupe with 30mm rings, which for whatever reason in the A6 size is not bothering me like in the personal size, because I hated 30mm rings in the personal size. And then it has the two different snaps in case your planner gets all chunky and then you have to give the strap a little bit more room. I usually don't carry a chunky planner, so I don't see that happening. And I guess it's going to get super loud outside now. We've gotten a crap ton of snow, and I don't think that's anybody from my house. I saw some like random person. I think they're like doing the sidewalks or something. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. It wasn't a random stranger. That was my son. Anyway, so taupe was not my first choice for color, but I was working with what I could handle that was available on Amazon. I mean, this is fine. Don't get me wrong. It's like a warm gray in my opinion, but it's not as warm as I would normally like. So I have a black also on the way from Amazon. Also the same. They didn't have black available on AliExpress. Not sure what that's all about, but I also have on the way the olive and the chocolate brown from AliExpress, but I did not pay the extra shipping, so who knows when it'll get here. But I moved into this several days ago after spending several other days printing things out, cutting things out, buying extra things, just like gathering my supplies. I'm never like this patient about the whole process, but I had to be with work. So this process has been going on for about a week or so now, and I just kind of took it in stages, perusing the things I have, perusing the things I wanted to have, purchasing things, having my husband download them to his computer, and then we spent one full day last week printing everything off, and then me cutting it out, punching it, and all of that. And I'm pretty happy with my setup. There's been a few things that I have not filled out, waiting to do a flip through so that you could see like before writing, but I have been living in this planner. I'm pretty happy. Anyway, so this is the Moterm Luxe, and I think it might be 2.0, and it's got a lot of pockets. The mailman just arrived, and I know I have things in the mail. This is gonna be killer. Okay, anyway, this has lots of pockets. So there's this pocket here, lots of space between the two. So I was trying to kind of bridge the gap. This is a little vinyl sticker, I don't know, vinyl sticker from Coffee Monsters Co. And this was a little, I cut it off. This was just holding on this macrame, like little claw thing that I bought for one of my bags. And then this is from Virgo and Paper, and this was just included in my order. This planner is a work in progress, and I thought it was hilarious when it arrived at the time, because in the order were things for my Hobonichi weeks, and I was in the process of printing out things for my A6 rings. So I thought that that was pretty funny at the time. Anyway, so I just have these tucked in here. Did I do that right or wrong? I don't remember how I had it now. I think it was like this. Okay, so I just thought that was funny. And this is the Moon Ollie clip. I think this is right. Okay, so anyway, 3 credit card slots here, which I'm currently not using my planner as my wallet combination. That might change at any moment. This back pocket here, or not back pocket, this little side pocket here, I just have a bunch of little icon clear stickers from Randy.Plans. Love her shop. And then this zippered pocket would be a great place to put cash or anything you're afraid you're going to lose. This one is empty at the moment. Then you have the secretarial pocket here, and it also has the back pocket, which I just have some financial paperwork printed out. And then in the back, you have these card slots, which these are like lined at the edge and are much easier to get in and out of than others that I have tried. I just have a bunch of little credit card size sticker sheets. I've used these for years now. They're from Carolina's Crafts on Etsy. And then another little sticker, vinyl sticker from Coffee Monsters Co. And it says I am funny. And then in this pocket here, I have some of the new sticker sheets that I ordered from Coffee Monsters Co. And you have that pocket, and then one more, and then another pocket back here. So this one is really loaded up with storage places, which is really good for your stickers, wallet, receipts, cash, all sorts of things. And then this one also comes with the leather flyleaf, and it has the pen loop attached here, and then 3 more card slots. And I haven't used these regularly, but I kind of like to where the pen sat just a little bit lower on this flyleaf as opposed to where this pen loop is in this planner. This, a lot of things are kind of the same from the last time I used A6 rings. Oh, I'll also mention this little charm. It's a little gnome holding a light and a felt needle felting. I forget exactly like what the process is called when you make these, but it's a felt mushroom, and that's from the Woolly Planner. Love, 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 love her clips and everything. And she recently sent me this, and it's funny because I had taken it off of this little doodad to put onto my chic sparrow, which was holding my Hobonichi Weeks, and a day later I was putting it back on here because I like these kinds of charms to put on my rings. So I have it attached through all 3 of the bottom rings. This dashboard is from Paper and Ink Printables on Etsy, and I had made this before. I do have vellum. I am going to be updating this, but the vellum just came from Amazon, and I haven't had a chance to sit down with my husband to do the whole printing thing. So we'll be working on that today. And I just have one of those little teardrop, this is rose gold, I think, and another little sticker from Coffee Monsters Co. that says I am brave. Yeah. So my dividers don't start until the month, and behind my dashboard is where I have my inbox situated, and that's just how my brain works. I don't want a divider for that. It works. I know where it is. I like it. This time I have my inbox kind of organized, so I have it split up between home, church, medical, homeschooling, and YouTube, and I think that that will work fine, except for I forgot when I wrote this down earlier that I was going to categorize it. So I just have several of these pages in here, and then my monthly section. And this is a freebie from Plan with B. It's just the 22 holidays. And I really like this one because it's got this lovely floral on the side. It just kind of makes it a little prettier. And then the whole back of it is floral. So it's really nice that it's not blank on one side. Now this one is from Symbol and Trendy Co. And this is the year overview. And this one was blank on the back, so I just took my tape runner and I glued this together with my monthly section because the monthly was also blank on this side. And I don't really like the just like blank pages. I feel like something should go there, so I put them together. And this I haven't decorated. I haven't really taken the time to do so, but I've got some things down in here. I'm just using those Midori index clips. I took them out of my weeks. I put them right here so that I can better easily find what page I'm on within each section. So I really love these because they have the grid. The only thing that I don't like about them is that on a month where there's like 31 days, I think it happened in October again this year, she moves them to the top of the calendar, which that kind of messes with me. So I'm not sure about using that long range for that reason, but I get why she does it, because otherwise you just be splitting up these days to make room. I don't know how other people deal with that, but she does move the month up there. So if you were thinking about using those inserts, just wanted you to be aware of that. So I just have all the months, and then the next section is weekly. And these dividers are from Caffeine and Paper Co. And, right? Caffeine and Paper Co.? I'm pretty sure that's it. If it's wrong, I'll update it. But my brain has not been the same since COVID. Let me just tell you that. And it wasn't doing good before. My week section, again, I am currently using Peanuts Planner Co. inserts, but I think I'm going to switch my inserts because, let me get you to a little bit, let's get to a blank. So I am finding myself really using the daily pages in this planner, and I found it to be the case last time too. So much so that I don't find myself coming back and updating the weekly like I would think that I would. So what I think that I'm going to do is I think I'm going to get a printable from Simple and Trendy Co. and it's a week on one page and it's dated. So it costs a little bit more, but I won't have to worry about going through and dating it. And I think that that is what I'll need to see like my appointments and places that I need to be all in view, and then move to the day. Now these have been altered from what you would just get in a download from Peanuts Planner Co. This might change. I might buy the other one and go back and forth between the two, but these otherwise have worked for me really well. I got some leather on there. Then next comes my daily pages, and these are also from Peanuts Planner Co. These are a paid download, and these work really well for me. I used them back months ago when I was using the A6 planner. I didn't really get into it as much when I was trying to use it in personal size, but I really, really like it. So if I have somewhere that I have to be at a certain time, like my work schedule, I went through for the rest of the week and highlighted this. So like on Wednesday, I go to work at 10 o'clock and then Bible study is at 7. So I've outlined the areas where I have things that I need to do at certain times. And then my to-do list, to-buy list, that all goes here. And then I always put whatever day it is, and then the date and what our weather is. And then I use the rest of this little space for journaling. And it's just like a little quick snippet of whatever happened that day. And I do like to sometimes make it cute and put a little sticker there. And this way, when I go to put things in my permanent record of the year, whether it be one week I do it every single day and I update my Hobonichi every single day, or whether it's once a week or whether it's once a month, I want to have those things to be able to like spark my memory so that I can write about them later. And this I find is causing me so little stress, because if I want to journal about something, I will have enough notated here that I'll remember when I go back. And then I don't have to worry about updating it every day. So I'm really, really liking that. It just kind of feels free to me, really enjoying it. So I have several days ahead in here. And this is the section that I would be probably working in the most, updating the most, taking pages out and in of the most. So we have quite a few of these printed and ready. The next section is health, and this is the section that I've left blank for this video, and then as soon as I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and write it down. This is a freebie from Plan with B. It actually has notes or noted or something as the font, which you'll see that font throughout this planner because I do have other freebies of hers, but I just thought that it was really pretty, and I was like, I'm going to start writing down on a piece of paper in my planner when someone requests prayer. And so I didn't want it to just have that generic label on it, since it's for prayer. And it was kind of a big font too. It dropped quite a bit down the line. And when you can edit what these are titled, but when you edit them, you can't use the same font that she was using unless you have it on your computer, which we don't. Anyway, that's for prayer. And then I have a couple of different cycle trackers that I haven't used before that I'm going to try. This one is from Peanuts Planner Co. And so it's got the first 6 months on this side, the next 6 months on this side. And I thought that this was similar in size to the one that I was using at the beginning of the Hobonichi weeks, where it has the pages together. I really wanted to have them like facing each other, but that wasn't possible with the way the print comes out. So it is what it is. I'm using it like this. And then this one is from Simple and Trendy Co. And I liked this one because, I mean, I use like little icons for my cycle, but I like that you could put the key, you could put the year here, and then instead of like counting it all the time, you could just put how many days between your cycle over here. Thought that was pretty cool. And then just a little spot for notes. So it's a little bit scrunched in, so we'll see, but I printed it out to try it. And this one is just blank on the back. And then I have gratitude, and this one's also from Simple and Trendy Co. I just think that I have a habit of focusing on negative things and my anxiety and what could go wrong and what is going wrong, that I need to spend some more time being grateful for the things that are going right in my life. Also, I have some older sermon notes in here from the sermons that I listen to, probably mostly my husband. And these were just in my notebook, and they're just like on blank pages. I didn't buy like a specific insert for this or anything, but I do have new dividers coming from Caffeine and Paper Co. And I'm going to have a section for faith specifically. So I was like, I think it needs its own section. So that's what I'm doing there. The next section is trackers. And I always have this in my planner of some variety. So this is the reoccurring tasks, also from Peanuts Planner Co. And these are just the things that maybe aren't being done every day, every week, but need to be done periodically around the house, with our vehicles, dog medication, that kind of thing. This year, I am being purposeful about spending less time on my phone and in social media and more time in books. So I have told myself that I will read 12 books this year because I've always been an avid reader, but I read like one book last year. And that was during our flight to San Francisco and then back home. And then a couple of hours more reading when we got back here. But so I have already read 2 for January. I've already picked out my 3rd. I'm also going to start listening to my Audible books on the way to and from work. So that's going to help increase. I'm not going to count those as books like read, but I am going to put them like on my bookshelf. So this is a printable from Alibi Designs. And I also had this, I had this printed out for my week. So I just went back and I bought the A6 size. And so I like this one because it lets you know, you have to put, like when you started and when you finished, which I had that for the first book in my Hobonichi weeks. So I need to go back and look at that because I didn't remember when I started the first one. So it was 111 and 116. Oh, and I was wrong about when I started this one too. Okay. And then you have the little rating system, a little bit of notes that you can write, which I don't know why I forgot to finish putting my notes for this one here. But anyway, so I just have several pages of that. I'll need more. And then the online orders is from Peanuts Planner Co. And it just is for the date, what it was, and if it shipped and if it arrived. I was supposed to get my black Moterm today, but Amazon has still not said that it's out for delivery, and it's 4:30 now. So I'm thinking it's going to be tomorrow. So we'll see about that. But I put several pages in here, even though I'm going to try to do better than I did in January. The end of December and the beginning of January, I was horrible. TV series log. We don't watch a lot of TV series. We find ourselves at night watching documentaries on YouTube, that kind of thing, cooking stuff on YouTube. And we don't watch a lot of TV, but it's here just in case. Again, same with movies. We don't watch a lot of movies. And then this section here is for my YouTube stuff. And I also have a section divider coming from Caffeine and Paper that's for YouTube specifically. That's why it's all clipped together. So this is from Simple and Trendy Co. again. And so I'll just notate when I did a YouTube video, and then I'll put what the video was about down here. So that is simple. And then some notes, pages, and then at the back here I have like video. So this is for video ideas, and then I can mark off if I filmed it, did I edit it, and have I posted that video. So I'll be glad when I have a section just for those there. And then the last section is for lists. So we go to several different stores, but we like find certain things that we're looking for in certain stores. So this is to write down those things. I like to get at like the regular grocery store our vegetable and meat. That's just my preference. I think they have fresher, better things. And then we don't use sponges in our kitchen or washcloths. Like I have a visceral reaction to those things. Like, please don't use sponges. They're so gross. We buy these like little thin, I don't know, they're not microfiber, but they're super thin like washcloths. And we used to find them like anywhere, but then COVID hit, and because they were made by the brand Clorox, so they're called Clorox Handy Wipes, and because they had the name Clorox and wipe in it, like everybody bought them everywhere. I think they thought they like sanitized, but they're just like blue and white cloths, and they're super thin and they're filled with kind of holes, which this isn't making sense, but anyway, so you can wash your dishes with them, and then like they dry almost immediately, so they never get like nasty, and you can wash them in the washing machine or you can throw them away or whatever. And we've used them for years and years and years. So I can only find these here now. They have a Scotch-Brite brand at Target, but I prefer the Handy Wipes anyway. So I know that we need to get that there. And then we really love that new Dawn Power Wash stuff, but we always get the clear kind, and we can only find it at Target or Giant Eagle. And then we always get like a certain cleaner at Target. And we usually try to get like dog food, paper towels, things like that. So obviously I'm not done fleshing out this list, but I wanted to like start getting my gears turning for that. So this is just a reminder. If we're going to Target, I can pop in here and look. Do I need these things that I normally get at Target? This is an example of a time when I was able to reuse something that I was using last year. So just meals that we like, meals that we wanted to try. I didn't write this recently. I just popped it back in my planner. This is a spoke to log, and this was part of it came with more than just this. I think there was like a to contact maybe, and this is from Plan with B. And so I just put this here so that, like, you know, you have those calls with like customer service or whatever, and they tell you they're going to credit your bill or you'll do this or they'll do that. And then it never happens. And then you are like, well, I talked to somebody. So this is so I can write it down so I know who the somebody is and what was going on, so that if I have to call back and follow up, I have like all of my information ready for proof that I was right. This is not in the tracking section because I don't want to track the podcast that I listen to here. This is for when I get recommendations from people. So this is for podcasts, and this is also from Plan with B, books to read and movies to watch. And then this is a freebie of hers. Now these are paid, but this is another freebie, and this would have been the font that would have been on that like to-do list or whatever that I put my prayer list on. So this is add to planner. And then I usually make a section in my Hobonichi weeks for our Christmas shopping every year so that I can keep things straight. Like in here I have our list from the year we just finished, and then I have the same spot for future. And I decided I want to do that in rings as well. And I made it so early because we were so close to just having Christmas that I had some ideas for things that didn't go as well the Christmas we just had, and I wanted to remember them. And I was like, well, just make the lists now. So I have it sectioned off. This is from Peanuts Planner Co. as well. So I have everybody listed in our family, and then I have for others. And I have 3 columns. So if I've purchased the item, I'm going to check it off. If the item has arrived, because we do a lot of our shopping online, I'll mark it here. And if it doesn't apply, I'll just like NA or put a line through it. And then because we have a tendency to like hide gifts and stuff because our kids are all older and they're snoopy as all get out. We have to hide things, and then I'm like, oh, did I ever wrap this, or did I lose it, or whatever? So once I wrap it, I obviously put the person's name on it. So when that is done and I can go re-hide it or whatever, I'll mark that it was wrapped so that I know that I didn't like lose that present. So I'll know that everything is done with every gift there. And then I'm just using this again from Peanuts Planner Co. And it's just a place to put like our meal ideas and the things that we're doing around Christmas as well. And a place for decor. Every year our kids choose their names out of a hat at Thanksgiving, and so they give like a little secret sibling gift on Christmas Eve. And so I'll keep track of who got who, and then just incoming Christmas cards, and then a shopping list. Thought that would be good there. And then I study like MBTI and the Enneagram, and these are all old notes from where I used to use this planner. So again, I got to tuck them right back in here. And then I believe everything else is just, yeah. So I've got lots of different kinds of planner. This lined planner paper, this lined paper is from Simple and Trendy Co. This is from Peanuts Planner Co. Simple and Trendy Co. again. Some more of these grids, a movie log, notes. I don't know why. I think these were supposed to, I'm going to pop these out in the place where I keep my extra. I think that's where that was supposed to go. And then just some more of these Plan with B pages in black and white and in color, and just a few more. And this is where I was, this is what I'm talking about. So I didn't even notch this one because it was just scribble. So this is where I was trying to plan ahead, because with Caffeine and Paper Co., you only have so long. Dividers aren't always available. And so I had an alarm set on my phone for when I knew that they were going live. And then I was going through, I knew I wanted top with monthly and weekly, and then I wanted the 6 tab dividers, and then I was trying to decide what I was going to name them and what order they were going in. And so I ordered 4 things. And so I was writing all of this down, and then I was like finalizing, and like I would have never done this in my Hobonichi weeks. But I felt free to do that in this because I knew I could just take out that piece of paper. And then just another yearly calendar that was just like the one at the beginning of my monthly section here. So this is the same, but when you print it out, you have, space for the rings here. So I have one on the front and one on the back, so that if I'm looking for a date, I can just open up to the back of my planner. And then this little clear piece to protect my pages. And this was just from when I was making dashboards back in whatever, March last year, when I moved into these A6 ring size before. And then that's it for now. Like I said, I have some plans for things that I would like to add to my planner today, but I wasn't able to do that yet. So maybe in my next update, I will show you that. And so this makes me super happy. And I love that the weeks now, I'll be able to just sit down and update it in whatever pen that I want, because I'm not going to have to be closing it up and taking it with me. I'll feel more free, and I'll also feel like things can be neater because I'll be copying what already happened instead of like trying to fit things in. to this space that can't be changed because it's in a bound book. So I think this is going to work really well for me, and I am happy that rings are back in rotation because I really just love setting rings up and living in rings and knowing that I can just kind of move things around and change things, and it just makes me super happy. So I hope that you like this update. Stay tuned for future videos. I'm hoping to share when my Moterms come. I'm really excited to see that new chocolate leather because I just love brown notebooks. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye, guys.